when you know a piece of artwork is done, because that's something that I myself struggle with, and I know it's a common thing that many artists struggle with. Usually they say it's the book ending the arts. Where do you begin, and at what point do you end? But by the sound of it, you've got the beginning part down pat. You just get in there and
just start.
You just start. You start with a mark, and then you go from there. But how do you know when a work is finished?
My back is in such pain that I'm really ready to admit myself to hospital. No, it's because what I'm doing, and most of my stuff that I do these days, is balancing out dualities and dichotomies. So chaos versus order, and then the main colour versus the highlight colour, and then the texture, the texturality of it, the sculptural quality. When all those things come together, and there's no bits on the canvas that aren't wrong, and it all suddenly just goes bing, and it just becomes like its own creation. It almost says to you, don't touch me anymore. This is the way I want to be. This is as good as you're going to get. If you have practiced your eye for many years, using your eye from when you started out as a painter, and that's actually a thing how most of us start out. We've got a good eye. We start seeing things, good drawings, good paintings, good architecture, good anything. And then we start to think this eye is good enough to actually use that sense to guide my hand in doing this. Okay, so that eye has been developing over 10, 20 years, and then the canvas, you stand back, especially if it's a big canvas, and then if it's right, both emotionally, so the colours are right, the accent colours are right, there's the right balance between chaos and order, and the sculptural surface is right, and then as a whole, the whole thing is like a meditation on some kind of emotional state. You have to just be open to being honest with it, though, with yourself. Sometimes you want to just keep painting. So at that point, you have to be honest and say, yeah, this is it. Now, if you've done really well, it's going to be easy. You're going to go, shit, that's good.
Nailed it.
I'm leaving that alone.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's I'm not really sure. I'm just going to leave it now. Come back tomorrow. This is the discipline you learn over years, not to try to get it done. I spent years just, continuing to paint. No patience. And that's the thing to learn. Patience. When confused about it, have patience, come back. And then you'll start to see the painting. But it is true that the very best paintings, the top 10 of your whole career, of your whole practice, I don't like career, your whole practice, your whole art practice, the top 10 you've ever done, you probably saw it and thought, yeah, that's the way I want it. And there's one exception to those, and they're the ones that you don't see as being really good. And it takes someone else to see it. Because you're too close to it physically and emotionally and mentally. But the point of stopping is not so much the left hemisphere rational mind, it's the right brain, the one that can see the overall narrative has come together.
Yeah. So
that's the point to stop.
So it's very intuitive, but it's an intuition that comes from years of experience. Is that?
Yeah.
Would that be accurate?
And years of stuffing up paintings and years of making messes.
Yeah.
The classic thing: you go to bed a genius and wake up a moron. That's from times in the past where I've like a lot of artists have used alcohol in the process of painting. I don't use alcohol in my process of painting, so I'm stone cold sober. So, but it still can be unclear.
Yeah.
It's like what we talked about before. You're working with some magical alchemical forces. So you're just the 18th century alchemist without any knowledge of chemistry, modern chemistry, and you're trying to feel your way through the dark of your ignorance, and all you can rely on is your intuitive visual eye for when the thing comes together.
Nice. That's quite a poetic description that generates interesting visuals on its own. So have you ever looked at one of your works on the wall in a gallery or on a buyer's wall and thought, I could have done a little bit more to that, or I wish I hadn't gone that far? Or do you feel by the time it's at that stage, you're completely satisfied with it? Because surely taking a break from it in that instance too, you come back to it with fresh eyes again.
Yeah, I've usually moved on to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It's like writers, novelists who are just focusing on the current story.
Right.
So when I see, I have friends who bought a lot of work and have beautiful houses with big spaces and see the paintings up there. The beauty of it is, and again, this is getting back to this whole thing, it's not about narcissism. It's actually the painting, once it's left you, and that hurts a little bit, you want to keep the good ones, you feel this natural desire to keep it, because you've been part of that magical process. And once you've parted company, it's someone else's house, it's no longer yours, and I honestly see them as there's so much great art around the place. I just see it as more good art. I very rarely have thought I could have done something different to the ones that I've sold. And there's heaps in my studio that I'm not selling, and I know they're not right. That I'm going to paint over.
They'll never see the light of day. But that's good. Even painting over old works, I think the old works are still there underneath, almost like scar tissue on the canvas, and it becomes, especially because your works are so textural, it becomes part of the new work. Like it's still underneath.
I really enjoy that aspect. I really enjoy that aspect. That's more like the last 3 years. So I can definitely see the underlayers, and that is real special because it's like I can see that earlier painting, I can almost remember it. In fact, there's probably even a photograph of it.
Before it was painted over.
Yeah.
Do you document progression shots in your works as well?
I will have thought that was the end of the painting.
Oh, yeah.
And I may even put it up on the website. And someone will ring and say, I really want to buy that.
Yeah.
I said, well, it's no longer available.
There'll be this mysterious
it's underneath some other painting. But I think that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. I like that.
But yeah, the sculpturality of it, that even adds more to it because there's been a thick texture to the original, and you're always going to see that. If people bothered or if they were that observant, they could probably see an earlier painting's texture in a later one. Because you can't get rid of the real, unless you, like we're going to talk about, the secret techniques, the texture that you know all about.
Yeah.
Once you do the texture, you're pretty much stuck with the texture to some degree. So,
yeah.
But I love the sense of true layering. It's like, I keep using the analogy of writing. In a good novel or even a good book on non-fiction, there's multiple layers to any good story. Subplots, different ways of seeing. Even in psychiatry, there's different ways of describing someone. So whether you describe them, their psychological operating system, whether you just describe their physical comorbidities, their illnesses, physical illnesses, whether you describe their family history, or even their current family unit, whether you describe their ethnicity and their ethnic context, whether you describe their spiritual tradition and their part of, all these things, multiple layers in the one person. It's exactly the same with paintings that have been progressed in a layering system. I love layering. Layering is a magic. It's like there's an implicit order, meaning not so much implied, but meaning there is a internal order going on. There's the first layer, second layer, third, fourth, fifth, and I could see anyway where the first layer was, the second, the third, the fourth, and the final.
It's very architectural.
It is.
Way, isn't it? Yeah.
It's totally all these things. This is why they all cross over. Being a psychiatrist, say, someone who's an architect, someone who's a visual artist, as in a painter, someone who's a sculptor. There's really nothing that's not multiple layers of creation and understanding. And to understand any story, any narrative, you have to see the layers, and that's getting back to that right brain stuff. It's really good at seeing the messiness of a story, the messiness of layers. So, that's how I describe it.
Alright, and so, and perhaps lastly, is there anything about this current body of work that you're doing that's in the upcoming show that you wanted to talk about specifically? Because you've often mentioned, you've obviously gone through clear stages of your works from, stuff you did a couple of years ago was quite different to what you're doing now. So what is this current stuff? How does it differ?
The recent stuff, first of all, there's a lot more paintings in the form of diptychs. So I'm just writing the diptychs. Diptychs are us, diptychs, depending on which university you went to. So there's that, plus the sculptural surface now is way more important than anything I've done before. They're the two main differences, and although there's some big ones, that size, people come to my previous exhibitions, a lot of them being huge. They're not as huge as they used to be. Going big is always an easy way to have the big effect and have the big thrill, but the size I've chosen is probably a better compromise between having a nice encompassing big painting that can fill a room versus something that's still subtle and has nuances. They're probably the main things for this exhibition.
Excellent.
Okay.
Get in your plug. Come along Friday night.
Friday night, 17/11/17, 6 Byers Street, Newstead.
Be there or be square.
Yeah. Get your Eldritch on.
Yeah.